Right, in this video I'm going to show you how I have the PTZ camera set up. So to connect it, first you of course need to connect power to the camera. Here's the big power supply. It says power supply from camera. Connects into these jacks that we've already configured. You're going to get a 300-foot cable or however many feet of cable you've ordered. Use this to interconnect the power portion. We've already done that for you. And then the video, the BNC, goes from the camera to this, over your length of cable, into this portion where it says cable from camera. This camera is actually an HD camera, and you need this little down converter to convert it to analog. And then from here, it goes into your monitor or DVR. There's a power supply for this unit. It's right there. This unit sits near the monitor or DVR. So in here, I've got my camera connected to a power supply, powered on, connected into this video down converter to plug into my monitor. So what's left then? What's left is getting the PTZ to move like this. And this is the place where most people find a lot of issues, and it's very important to follow directions carefully. Here there is a orange wire and a yellow wire. Orange is positive, RS-485, yellow is negative. I'm running it over my 2 leads, that's all I need, of my Cat5 wire. And I'm then plugging it into this pre-wired pigtail I have in my controller. We will do this for you to make sure that you have a good solid connection when you're using the PTZ camera. This is what trips up a lot of people. So in your length of wire, we will already have just one male end connected. This is not for video, okay? This is for, this is not for power, connected to the Cat5. It's for the RS-485 commands coming out of the PTZ controller. And then there will be a bare end that you are supposed to plug in here. It's on purpose we're doing that so you don't accidentally fry your camera by plugging in power into the RS-485. Once you have your joystick, you need to connect it to 12-volt DC power. There's a small power supply that we're sending. It says power supply for controller. And you plug it into the controller loads up. Now your PTZ settings are set to ID1 Pelco D2400. We've already, for your convenience, configured the camera to those, the controller to those settings to sync with the camera and move. So it takes a little bit of time for the joystick to boot up. Once it boots up, you can press PTZ and enter. Move the joystick down a bit, go into the password field, and 6/8 is the password. Press enter. Once you're here, press enter to go into zoom control. Once you're there, press ID 1 and enter. That lets you sync with the PTZ controller. Now if you move your joystick left or right, these cursors will highlight the direction you're moving in. And if you turn your dial in clockwise and counterclockwise, it'll turn the zoom, it'll activate it to be tele or wide. So now I have my camera here. I'm using the joystick controller. And you can watch the video in the background. And I am turning the PTZ. And you can see that it's turning. Alright, so the second thing to cover is turning on the wiper. Once you're here in this menu, you want to hit 64 and then press the preset button. Once you do that, a menu will come up on the screen. You want to use the joystick and move the menu down to where it says PTZ settings. Once you're on PTZ setting, move your joystick to the right. It lets you enter the menu. Once you're there, you will be prompted with these different settings press up on the joystick and navigate over to peripheral setting. And press right lightly, and then press up once more to start from the bottom of the menu, and you can go to wiper start. There are different options for the wiper. You can program it to just occur once, occur at a time interval of 180 seconds, 120 seconds, and you can keep on going through these by pressing the right and left, moving the joystick to the right and left and increasing and decreasing it. Right increases it, left decreases the time. Down, and then hit wiper start by pressing the joystick to the right again. And what will happen is you'll see that wiper move. And once you're done with that, to exit out of that menu, you go back to the controller, and then you press 64, and then you press the word preset. And the menu goes away. So you can actually set this thing at fixed intervals to move the wiper for you. So the speed the camera moves at is all determined by how fast you push the joystick and how much power is actually getting to the camera. So if you're running over a far distance, you may have a reduced speed on the PTZ, so make sure your power supply is near the PTZ.